Okay, so I wanted to come on here and share some information that I just found out about this new moon in Cancer. Okay, a lot of cool things that I just discovered, which really go hand in hand with some of the other things that I was talking about in a few other posts about the energy updates and manifestation and stuff like that. So, what I'm going to talk about is what is happening with the energy right now. So, with this Cancer new moon that is in today that we're having, this is a very powerful new moon because it is the first new moon after the summer solstice. Why that's important is because of the fact that this is the time where the moon is starting to be more out. Like the nights are starting to get longer. And so, because the nights are getting longer, the feminine energy is starting to increase, which means that from June 21st to December 21st is a insanely prime time to start manifesting. So, what that means is that this is where you get to take all of these tools and stuff like that, and you get to start using your your vessel as a way to attract in all the things that you are wanting. Now, this is something that is really important for even just healing and stuff like that. If you are on a healing journey, then this is a beautiful time to be like bringing in all of the things that you need to help you heal as well. So you're going to attract like the good things, and you're going to attract the dense things because these are the dense things that need to be like cleansed out of you. So just something to keep in mind, people that are out there still healing and working through things and stuff like that, because we all are. Now, the sun is the masculine energy and the moon is the feminine energy, and we all hold feminine and masculine energy, every one of us. And so it's one of those things that now during this time frame from June 21st to December 21st is going to be where a lot of the feminine energy is starting to increase. And so every single full moon and new moon during this time frame, like during from June to December, is going to be immensely powerful. So using that energy, you can use that to manifest whatever you need to manifest. Um, I will I'll make another video on how I was able to use the moon energy to be able to, um, starting with the new moon, setting intentions, and then moving all the way through the lunar cycle to be able to work through a bunch of my trauma and all these other like odds and ends and things like that, which helped me, so was able to like attract in and work through and then release. And so that's something that's very beautiful. So when you do get the dense energies that come in, you can work through them and let them go, which will help you rise up above all the other things that are going on and bring in, you have to let go of the old and bring in the new energy, which is what's happening now. So, um, with the new moon, or with the moon energy, the feminine energy is receptivity, introspection, nurturing, and intuition. Okay. The introspection, especially if you are working on finding out the things that are triggers and things that you are working through to be able to transform them and release them. That's a really big thing. So, with your introspection and your nurturing, which is really good for when you're going through and working through really dense stuff, because of the fact that you need to have that mother like quality to be able to nurture and be compassionate and everything through that negative stuff. And then your intuition's going to be up there, really high up there, because you'll be able to know things that, you don't need proof, but your intuition will know. Now, pay close attention to your dreams. This is a big part of this whole process. During this whole time, you're going to want to keep a dream journal, and I don't know if this is like my 6th one, something like that. It's not even just a dream journal. This is just my journal, period. And I just use the notebooks that my kids never ever used, that we bought a million of them for school, you know, back in the day, and they never used them. So I just use those. Whatever I have, I use lying around. And you're going to want to keep record of whatever you dream. Doesn't matter if it was nothing or if it was just a little bit of something. The more that you are consistent with keeping track of your dreams, the more you will remember them. So, and write all that you can down. Write down everything that you can remember. And when you set the intention, if you don't remember your dreams, realize that just if you set the intention that you want to remember your dreams, you will remember your dreams. You just have to be consistent with it and really keep going, keep trying. And on that, when you keep track of your dream journal, you're going to want to go back, and you're going to want to like look at what your dreams mean. You're going to want to kind of like search up what the spiritual meaning is of a lot of these things, because there are so many different like aspects, and these go into Freud and Carl Jung, and even people at Mindvalley. Last year I was in one of those, I was learning about a bunch of these things, and they even keep a dream journal as well. And that's a very common routine that a lot of them have. So with that, you want to record everything that you're having. In my journal, I also look back, and this is another part, is I reflect on everything that is a win. So I always take a moment, and I don't want to say always, like I, for the most part, as much as possible, will look back at the day before, or take a quick look back at whatever came up in my dream and reflect back on the positive things, like the improvements, the good things, the wins, you know, the happy moments that happened through like where I am now compared to where I was before, kind of like things, you know, just to keep the positive energy going, because during this time you're going to want to stay as positive as possible. But this is where the challenge comes in. You're going to want to stay as positive as possible, but you're going to have the triggers coming in to try and like wreck with it. So that's where you have to work with those triggers, and you have to be like, oh, I see you. And you have to actually kind of acknowledge them and accept them, and then turn around and nurturing love them, and then integrate them, your shadow part of you, and then let them go. And that's a lot of what is going to be happening with these like wins, and with these with your dream journal and all of this energy that's going on. Other thing that you're going to want to keep is, this is my gratitude journal. So I write down, I am grateful for all, like I've been working on this one for 3 years, so it's really used. And so I have on here like a whole bunch of stickers, because this is very centered. And a gratitude journal is so beautiful, because I do it every morning after I do my dream journal and my reflection and all of that stuff. Every morning I write down, some days it's a few things if I have time, you know, like 3 at the least, but a few things if I don't have much time. But if I do have a lot more time, or if I'm really feeling like really not that grateful, I try and write down as many as I can think of, like 10, you know. So I had to like really get myself into the gratitude. I have a video, a post on my Facebook and Instagram of a change in perspective on gratitude, because of the fact that it is something that for a long time I wasn't writing from a gratitude point. I was just writing it down. That's something that I had to change my perspective on it, because of the fact that gratitude is just for having that thing. not for what that thing is doing for you. It's just having it. So how I was able to change my perspective on it was I don't look at things as I have a glass that's half full. I have a glass that is half empty. I just have a glass. That's it. I have a glass. And that's gratitude. Gratitude is just being grateful for the glass itself. So that's what I mean by changing your perspective on gratitude. And then there is, with all of this that's going to happen, because if you stay consistent with all of these things and you're working on these things, you're going to see an explosion of supernatural and synchronistic occurrences. I know that you're going to see them regardless, but it's going to just ramp up even more with this energy. So that is something to keep in mind. And your feminine qualities are going to be heightened during this time frame as well, because the feminine energy, the moon, they're just going to intensify. And also during this time, set intentions. Always set an intention for everything. That's one of the biggest things is they had good intentions, but setting an intention is saying what you want it to be. And that's something that, I set the intention that this video is going to help a lot of people understand manifestation, but also to be able to manifest the dream life that they desire. And that's all that I'm setting for this. I am going to also there's a ritual that I'm going to explain to you here in just a minute, and I'm going to do it myself, and then I'm gonna post another video on what has happened in that time frame. Okay, so I'll do maybe one a month. We'll try that, and we'll see. We'll kind of keep track of the progress. So we'll see how this goes. Because I'm going for it. Let's do this. It's all or nothing, right? Okay. So for this manifestation ritual, this is a big one. I want to first set the premise on the fact that this requires you to have a glass of water. Now, why that is important, you need a piece of paper, a pen, a lighter, because you're going to have to, light the paper on fire, and a glass of water. The glass of water is very important in the fact that water is something that our bodies are made mostly of water. We have it changes with everybody. I say 70% because of the fact that that's just the number that I am always saying, but I don't know the exact amount. But we are 70% water, and so therefore there was an experiment done by two different scientists. One that played music and the crystals were formed, and or played music with water, and then they froze that water, and they looked at the crystals under microscopes, and it was a type of water that the crystals were so beautiful and so vivid and so magnificently beautiful. And then they played like the dark, like disgusting, distorted music, and it didn't even form crystals. I don't remember the scientist's name because, I'm working on my names, remembering all the names. And with the crystals that weren't formed, it was negative. And so they then took that exact same kind of experiment. Another scientist decided to go ahead and test this theory about saying words, speaking to water. Like they had a group of people talking to water, and in that they found that all the positive words like love and appreciation and all of that, they were focusing on that glass of water, made the water so beautiful and so clear and so clean, and it was crystallized and everything. And then the other water that had hate and anger and all of that stuff projected at it, it did not form beautiful crystals. It was distorted, and it didn't look pretty. So why I bring this up is because of the fact that with this ritual, you are going to be speaking these things, and you're going to be like sending out these intentions and these like um, telekinetic, um, telekinetic waves. You're going to be putting it out there, and your water is going to catch it. Your water is going to absorb it like a sponge. And so you're going to do this ritual with this glass of water, and then you're going to drink it. So first thing is you need to write your intentions on the piece of paper. So you're going to write down your intentions as if you already have them. And it's going to be something in the aspect of, I am grateful for all of these wonderful friends that I have in my life that are so supportive and uplifting and encouraging and helping me with my path, whatever it may be. I'm just pulling things out of the dark right now. It could be absolutely anything. And so it could be, I am grateful for this abundance of wealth that has come into my life, that is keeping me, or that is helping me with stability and taking care of my family. I mean, I'm just pulling things out of the dark. Just be very specific about it. That's the thing. And it's also something that you have in the current moment. It's not something that you want or you need, or like I will. It's I am, grateful for. And then you're going to visualize this stuff. You're going to visualize with all of this stuff in your head, and say positive affirmations with this as well. And you're going to be speaking it out loud. You're going to be picturing it in your head. All of this while you're with the glass of water in front of you. Then you're going to take the papers and you're going to light them on fire, and you're going to put them where in a bowl or whatever, and give gratitude to the universe for these things. Be grateful again for all of these things. And then what you're going to do is after that, then you're going to drink the water. Okay? And this goes on for 3 days. Okay? You do this ritual today, tomorrow, and the next day. Okay? And then you can go about the rest of your time that exact same way. Okay? So we are going to try and do this. I am going to do this, not try, but I am going to do this. I'm going to do it tonight, and then the next 2 nights, and then we're going to see where this goes. We're going to kind of toy around with it and have some fun and see. I will let you guys know what all happens. This is going to be interesting. Okay? Good luck with this, and I wish you the best. I think that this is something that you are going to be able to bring in some amazing things into your life. So I love you, and you have a great rest of your day. Good luck and happy manifesting.